Have you ever wondered if there's a global power silently orchestrating world events? Some believe a shadowy organization, known as the New World Order, is quietly pulling the strings. This theory is not only widespread, but it also carries profound implications for our understanding of world politics and the global economy. If true, it suggests a level of control and manipulation that would redefine our perception of freedom and independence. Welcome to an exploration of the New World Order, the Silent Takeover. Our journey begins in the aftermath of World War I. Imagine the world, battered and bruised, emerging from one of the most devastating wars in human history. Nations were in ruin, economies were shattered, and hope was a scarce commodity. But it was in this bleak landscape that the seeds of an idea, a theory, started to take root, the theory of a New World Order. In the early 20th century, the world was a fragmented place. Every nation was for itself, and the idea of global unity was, at best, a distant dream. But then came the League of Nations. This was not just a club of countries, it was the world's first attempt at creating a global governance body. Born from the ashes of World War I, the League of Nations was a beacon of hope. It promised a world where conflicts could be resolved through dialogue and not war, where nations could unite for the common good. But more importantly, it planted the idea, the very notion that a global governing body was not only possible but necessary for world peace. And so the theory of the New World Order was born. It was a theory that suggested that the world needed a single, global organization to maintain peace and order. An organization that would rise above national interests and work for the betterment of humanity as a whole. However, the League of Nations was far from perfect. It was plagued by numerous challenges, and its inability to prevent World War II cast a long shadow over its legacy. But despite its shortcomings, it had ignited a spark. The idea of a global governing body had taken root, and it was an idea that would only grow stronger with time. The New World Order theory suggests that this global governing body has been silently growing in power, gradually taking control of the world. It's a theory that has both fascinated and alarmed people, inspiring countless debates and discussions. But the League of Nations was just the start, the seed of a much larger concept. As the world divided into two blocks, the idea of a unified global order took a backseat. Or did it? Let's journey back to the mid-20th century, a time when the world was in turmoil. The Cold War era, a geopolitical chess match between the West and the East, the United States and the Soviet Union. Amid this tension, the world saw the birth of global institutions, organizations that would play a pivotal role in shaping our world order. Institutions like the United Nations, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund. The United Nations, a beacon of hope, was born from the ashes of World War II. It promised a world where nations would resolve their disputes through dialogue instead of war. But it wasn't just about peace. It was about creating a global platform where every nation, big or small, had a voice. Then came the World Bank, an institution that offered a lifeline to war-torn and developing nations. It aimed to reduce poverty and support economic development, a noble cause indeed. But what if it also served as a tool to subtly bind nations into a global economic framework? And let's not forget the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF. With the noble aim of promoting global monetary cooperation, it helped prevent economic crises and stabilize economies. However, it also laid the groundwork for a global financial system, further intertwining the fate of nations. These institutions, in their pursuit of global cooperation and stability, may have unknowingly or perhaps knowingly propelled the world towards a more integrated global order. They became the pillars of a system that transcends national borders, a system that influences every aspect of our lives. From the money we use to the peace we cherish. The stage was set, the players in place, but the game was far from over. And as we'll see, this silent shift towards a new world order would continue to unfold in the decades to come. The dawn of the 21st century brought with it a wave of changes, and with it, whispers of a new world order. As the world turned the corner into a new millennium, two major forces emerged as game changers on the global stage: multinational corporations and the internet. These entities, each powerful in its own right, began to redraw the lines of influence and control, stirring up speculations about a possible new world order. Multinational corporations, with their vast resources and reach, started to wield influence that rivaled and in some cases surpassed that of nations. They began to control not just economies, but also, subtly, the lives of people. From what we consume to how we work and even how we perceive the world, these corporations have their fingers in almost every pie. Then came the internet. This digital revolution has not only transformed how we communicate and access information, but also how we live our lives. It has created an interconnected world, a global village, where boundaries are blurred and distances are irrelevant. The internet has democratized information, but has also given rise to a digital elite, those who control the flow of this information. These developments have led to a world that is more integrated than ever before. A world where power is not just held by nations, but also by multinational corporations and digital elites. This has given rise to theories of a new world order, a world order where power is decentralized, where control is no longer exclusive to nations, but is also in the hands of corporations and digital elites. But as we delve deeper into this century, we must ask ourselves, is this new world order a reality, or is it just a theory? Is it a silent takeover by powerful entities, or is it simply the evolution of a more interconnected world? In this new era, the idea of a new world order is not just a theory, but a possibility. As we navigate through the complexities of the modern world, the question remains, is the new world order silently taking over? In the grand chessboard of global politics, the pieces are constantly moving. Nations rise and fall, alliances shift, power dynamics evolve. These are the subtle yet profound mechanisms of change. And within this intricate dance, some theorists see the shadowy outlines of a new world order. Consider the rapid technological advancements that have transformed our world. The digital revolution has not only reshaped economies, but also redefined power structures. Information is the new currency, and control over it can translate into control over the masses. Who's to say that this isn't a strategic move by the New World Order? Or look at the rise of global institutions, the United Nations, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund. These entities wield considerable influence over global policies. Many argue that their decisions often favor a select few, fostering inequality rather than mitigating it. Could this be a deliberate design of the New World Order? Then there's the issue of climate change. The world is grappling with its devastating effects, and in response, we see a push for a global green economy. As commendable as this initiative is, some can't help but wonder if it's another way for the New World Order to consolidate power. And let's not forget the growing tensions among superpowers. The tug-of-war for supremacy is not a new phenomenon. But in this era of nuclear weapons and cyber warfare, the stakes are higher than ever. Is this escalating conflict a diversion, while the New World Order quietly reshapes the world? These theories, though compelling, remain speculative. The evidence is circumstantial at best, yet they persist, feeding our collective curiosity and fear. The allure of the unknown, the thrill of the conspiracy, these are the ingredients that make the idea of a New World Order so potent. Whether the New World Order is a reality or a theory, the world continues to evolve in intriguing ways. As we stand on the brink of a new era, what does the future hold for the New World Order? The realm of possibilities is vast and unpredictable, yet we can sketch out potential future developments based on the patterns we've observed. The New World Order, if it truly exists, might continue to consolidate its power, potentially leading to a unified global governance system. This could mean an end to national conflicts, a worldwide regulation of resources, and perhaps even the eradication of poverty. However, such a vision is not without its downsides. A single global authority may result in an imbalance of power and could lead to the loss of cultural diversity. Individual freedoms might be threatened under a one-size-fits-all approach to governance. Yet, it's essential to remember that these are mere possibilities. The New World Order, if it's more than just a theory, might evolve in ways we can't yet foresee. It could be a force for good, steering us toward a future of peace and prosperity. Conversely, it might exacerbate global inequalities and threaten personal liberties. The implications of a New World Order, both positive and negative, are immense. And while we may speculate, the future remains a mystery, shrouded in uncertainty. Only time will reveal the truth behind the New World Order, the Silent Takeover.